All right, so we're going to finish up my CGC graded collection, and this time we have World's Finest Comics number 21. There are 52 graded copies with one 9.6, three 7.0s, and 3.5s, and of course a whole bunch of other ones too. Um, I don't know why people have like point 0.5 grades. I don't. Okay, but there's only 52 total. Came out March, April 1946. It says it's the first bi-monthly issue with off-white pages and a Jack Burnley cover. I love this cover. I just love when the heroes are just doing simple, ordinary things. In this case, playing some basketball with Robin rooting on. And the final one that I have to show is Superman number 54. Oh, by the way, the World's Finest, that one at this grade is listed at about $700. I don't remember what I paid. I don't believe I paid that much. There are 91 graded copies of Superman 54. This came out in September, October 1948. There are two 9.2s, five 7.5s, and we have one 1.0. It is a Wayne Boring and Stan K cover with a full page ad for Dale Evans. It says, cream to off-white pages. I adore this cover. I love everything about it. I love that Superman is just inexplicably working as a lifeguard. I love the way the women are drawn. And I adore this cover. I really do. And I'm going to say something as a huge Captain Marvel fan. The reason I didn't collect Superman, the reason I collected Captain Marvel adventures was because of the cost. Because for me to collect high grade Supermans, it would have been 10 times the cost. But if someone offered me one of these uh, Golden Age comics, let's say equal cost, 10 Captain Marvel adventures for one Superman, I would do it because I love these covers so much. And there are a lot of covers from this era that I just adore. I mean, it is obviously a matter of taste. These are my favorite covers of all time. Another cover I love. So this is obviously a raw copy, ungraded. Superman number 41. And I don't really have information on it. I don't even know what this would be graded. I don't know if I kept the invoice or if I even got an invoice with it. But again, it's just Superman sitting around. He's apparently working on a cover for his own comic book, and he's a little stumped. You cannot see it. I probably not, but there are little question marks floating around his head. They're nearly impossible to see. And then it's got there. It says due date. So yeah, I love this one. And then I'm going to show a. Well, okay. So we have another cover. I mean, these were bought specifically because they were available, and I really like the covers. Just Superman underwater, playing chess with a diver, and another diver is for whatever reason helping Superman out. This is Action Comics number 96. And there are 72 graded copies. This is not one. With two 9.8s. Wow. Came out in May 1946. I don't know what this is worth because I don't know what it would be graded, but I think it looks pretty good. I really like that one. Now, just a few Silver Age ones. Again, I bought these, and this is not my entire collection, but I don't have a ton of these. So I bought these simply because I like the covers. They were available, and I like the covers. So that's Superman 172. We have Action Comics 331 and Superman 163. So, the final thing I'm going to show is what I have done with some of my comics. It's not a big deal, but they sell frames that are specifically framed for comics, and I framed it. And so this is Superman 180, and fantastic cover. It's got Superman being inexplicably flung around by, I guess, a native girl, the girl who was mightier than Superman. So I assume that she's probably on an island or they're on an island. I don't know why she's able to flip him, but it's just a really neat cover. And so I have this hanging on the wall of my office, and I have probably about 8 to 10 comics framed on my wall. And then the last thing I have is World's Finest Comics, number 142, and this is the first appearance of the composite Superman. So there's been a lot of talk in the comments about a composite Superman who is a ridiculously overpowered, and it's so that he has the powers of whoever was in the Legion of Superheroes at the time. Batman and Superman, my telepathic powers reveal you're secretly Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent. Let me join you as a third partner, or I'll expose you both. Great, Krypton. He also has the powers. So he has the power of Superman. I don't know if he has the power of Batman, but he does appear as composite. I mean, Batman doesn't have any powers, so he has the powers of Invisible Kid, Lightning Lad, and Chameleon Boy. He's a one-man legion. He really is. So I guess the question I wanted to answer, not that anyone asked, but would I do it again with the CGC collection? I would, but I would do it differently. I got a little bit into the competitive aspect of it. I was buying comics, some grades that were a bit less than what I would like. I would reduce the volume, but I was getting kind of like, oh, I really want to get specific comics. I really want to fill out these collections or maybe move up into the top spot, which I did with Captain Marvel Adventures. But there's a lot of the issues that I regret getting. Would I continue to do it? Or I haven't bought one in close to a decade. Would I buy more? Probably not. And the biggest problem is the volume of space. These CGC graded comics take up way more space than a raw comic, and they're heavy. They're heavier than probably you would expect if you've never picked up one of these. And so they sit in a box. And I have other collectibles that I moved on to that I can display. These I don't display. I could, but in order to display a CGC comic, I'd probably have to get some kind of either custom made frame, or maybe they sell frames for it, but also I would want some kind of UV protection glass so that they don't become the colors don't fade over time. But I would probably, if I wanted some really cool comics to show on my wall, I would buy them raw, like this one here, and frame them like that rather than get graded. I think the grading is a great idea. I heartily support it, but I think going forward, if I wanted to display on the wall, I would just go with raw copies and not the graded ones. So that completes my collection. I have lots more other stuff to show, but of the CGC comics, that is all I have.